Hi. In volunteering for an immigration clinic at a church and also having some really close friends that run a church, just lots of questions about what does this private space, public space language mean? So I'm here today to be your immigration interpreter, law interpreter, to make these complex concepts really, really simple. So to break this down, the law says that for ICE to pick someone up, if it's a public area, then they don't need a warrant to do it. They can just go into any public space. If it's a private space, the most private being your home, then immigration does not have the same reach as the police. So if they come, then you don't have to let them into your home. And if they are there, then they need a warrant to get in. So you don't have to open the door. You can actually say, I want to talk to my attorney. I exercise my right to remain silent. If you now have a church that used to be considered a private place that is now a public place, then it just means that ICE is able to just come in. Now, we would hope that ICE would not be bursting into churches and worship services. We would hope that there would be some reverence for the sanctity of, worship, prayer, the different activities that are going on in the church. Hopefully that will not be the case. But here's what you need to know if anything like that does transpire. If you don't want ICE coming into the church, legally, you can change it to a somewhat private space by locking the doors and having someone stand at the door and let people in one by one. That means if ICE comes to the door, you don't have to let them come inside. Now, let me be clear. We always want to follow the law. So we're not trying to avoid whatever it is that legally abiding citizens need to do. But if they come to the door, they can't just come inside and just check everyone and search everyone if it's a private space. They would have to present a warrant. So you could go outside and say, please let me know who you're looking for. And you could identify that person and ask them to come out. But that would keep the mayhem from them coming in the midst of a service or a prayer time or a Bible study and just turning everything on its head. You can let the person come out and deal with ICE there outside the door. Or if you want to leave the church doors open, but you want to designate private spaces inside of the church, you can do that as well. So that would mean your lobby is always going to be public. Your restrooms are always going to be public. There's certain areas of the church that are open to everyone, and that's going to be. But you have the right to post on your sanctuary door, to close the doors and post a sign on there and say private worship space. You could also do that on offices where, counseling could occur or Bible study classes could occur or prayer could occur. You can put a sign there that just says private worship space, and they would not be allowed to enter in. Now, there is going to be the option to be in the parking lot. You cannot stop that. Or just to be around on the premises. You cannot stop that. We're not trying to evade any laws here. We want to be law-abiding citizens, but we want to protect the sanctity of worship spaces and provide an area where it's not going to be mayhem and chaos for everyone around. One of the volunteers today, she's an amazing lady and I love working with her. And she said, we need to be informed, but not in fear. And I told her that I am going to share that because what a beautiful statement. We need to be informed, but not in fear. So, Immigration Angel here helping you protect your status, stay in compliance, and be informed, but not in fear.